Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode... Fuck. Dude, I swear I've been... You know what I woke up this morning and I was like, today, when I record the podcast, I'm going to know what episode we're up to. And then I just didn't do it. 25. We're up to 25 because last time was 24. How you going? Hey, you guys having a good week? Did you enjoy your weekend? Hey, you played a little bit of Pokemon Go fuck yourself, huh? You've been walking around the streets with your phone out, looking for, that rare Pokemon that you need, and then you kind of run into some other people, and then you get a little bit embarrassed and you try to hide your phone so they don't think that you're playing Pokemon Go, but then you look over and you see that they're also playing Pokemon Go, but it's kind of too late because you already hid your phone, so you don't want to, bring it out because then they'll know that you were trying to hide the fact that you were playing Pokemon Go. And you don't want to talk to them anyway. What are you going to say? Oh, are you playing Pokemon Go? Oh, I am also playing Pokemon Go. What team are you on? Oh, I'm on Team Valor. Oh, fuck you then. Get it? That's basically the limit of any Pokemon Go conversation I've had. I've been getting so into that game. Too far into it. Actually, I haven't, obviously, because there are some cunts playing this game. I look at the gyms around my area, and I don't know how the fuck these people have Pokemons that are that strong. That must be the only thing they do. They just walk around and fucking play Pokemon. Because I've been hitting the game pretty hard. I don't have a job, okay? So I can I feel like I should be. I must have been playing it more than the average person, but I don't understand how the fuck you can have a Snorlax with 1500 CP. I don't know what that means. CP, child porn. What does CP mean? Control points? CP. The fuck does that mean? Let me open my app. No, I'm not gonna spend the fucking first 10 minutes talking about Pokemon Go. I'm definitely not gonna do that. But yeah, it's a sick game. And considering the fact that it's I believe it's Nintendo's first entry into mobile gaming, it's like they've ignored mobile for 10 years. Ever since phones came out, they just ignored it. And then one day they're like, let's just change how society functions with a fucking app. And all of a sudden people are walking around. And all these old cunts going, oh, it's antisocial behavior. I have never, ever spoken to so many people in my life because of an app. I've met and talked to more people because of Pokemon Go than I have on Tinder. And here's an amazing thing that I read. Apparently, I didn't read this in an article. Someone tweeted this, and I'm taking it as fact. So take or leave it what I'm saying here. Apparently, Pokemon Go, in its first day, was downloaded more times than Tinder has ever. So from when Tinder was launched to now, which is 5 years, there's more people playing Pokemon Go than Tinder. Which is pretty fucking crazy, really. And here's, I can't do this, right? Because I'm in a relationship. But this is what I think. If you're a single guy, go out there and pick up some Pokemon Go bitches, okay? Here's what you should do. This is what I thought. If I was a single man, I'd be doing this shit, right? I would go to one of the Pokestops that was a fucking somewhere where you can sit. I don't know, where can you sit? Not a school. I'll explain why you can't do a school. I don't know, wherever you can fucking sit. I can't think of anywhere where you would sit. Like a place to eat or a food court or some shit like that, right? So wherever you can sit down somewhere and whatever, wherever the fuck you can sit where it's not weird to sit. It's not a... Whatever. Point is, go somewhere where you can sit. And then drop a lure, right? If you don't know what a lure is, if you listen to this, it's a lure, you drop it on a fucking place and then Pokemon and items attract, and it attracts other people with the app because everyone's like, oh fuck, a lure, I better go there, I might get some cool shit, right? So drop a lure, and then when girls come round, right, those pretty Pokemon bitches, you know who you are, ladies, just start talking to them, right? Say, oh, hey, you play Pokemon Go? I'm like, oh yeah, I do. There's a lure. I'm like, I dropped that lure, bitch. Give me your number. Like it's the ultimate conversation starter, really. This fucking app. It'd be the best way to pick up people. And girls, if you want to pick up people, you don't need a fucking app. Just say hello, push your tits together, cross your arms. You'll be right. Also, quickly, I wanted to... last week, a whole bunch of people got angry because of what I said about the shootings that happened in America last week. About the whole Black Lives Matter thing. See, I wanted to clarify what I was trying to say. Now, last week, I wasn't commenting on the Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter versus Blue Lives Matter. I wasn't commenting on that as a whole, if you understand. I was commenting on those three specific incidences, which was the Alton, Sterling, and then, I forget the guy's name, Philandro? Or something. The guy who got shot when he was with his girlfriend in the car, and then after that, the shooting that happened with the police, where the guy shot. I think he killed 11. Is the last time that I read about it until the next fucking thing that happened in France. Holy shit, the world's fucked. But basically, if you haven't heard the podcast, I was commenting on those kind of things individually. Basically, my thoughts on them were with the Alton Sterling situation. I wasn't entirely sure if that one was brutality because you can't see what he's doing with his right hand. He could have been reaching for a gun. If so, then I didn't really think that was brutality. The second one, if what the woman is saying is true, which it looks like it is, that one is fucking murder, straight up. That one's straight up murder. The guy was like, hey, I have a gun, so so just don't freak out when I go and get my wallet. And then he went to get his wallet, the cop shot him. So if that's true, which it looks like it almost certainly is, then yeah, that's fucking murder, and that's horrible, and that cop should be punished. And then the guy who shot a whole bunch of cops at a parade, that's obviously fucking horrendous shit. So those were my thoughts on those three separate incidences, and I was treating them as separate things. But people seem to take my comments as about the Black Lives Matter movement as a whole. So I would like to let you guys know what I think about that movement as a whole now, and you can all get fucking angry. Here's what I think about the whole situation where, African Americans think that cops are targeting them and all of that shit. So this is what I think. I think that there is certainly a problem with cops targeting African Americans because there's just a really small population of Africans and a really high number of deaths when they come in contact with cops. So I think that there's definitely an issue there. However, unfortunately, with the Black Lives Matter shit, and with every movement, this pretty much applies to every movement from everywhere, whether it's Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, or fucking even religion. The loudest voices from the Black Lives Matter groups are the most divisive ones, and the same goes for the All Lives Matter ones. So basically, the loudest voices from the Black Lives group are going, fuck cops are fuck, we need to get rid of cops, and fuck white people. And then the loudest voices from the Blue Lives Matter is, oh, fuck you black people, you guys are just killing each other, you're the problem, you should be less violent and then you won't die. And that doesn't fix anything. Do you know what I mean? That just makes cops feel, well, fuck, black people hate me, so whenever I interact with black people, I'm a little bit nervous, and then that makes black people think, fuck, cops hate me, whenever I interact with cops, I'm scared. And then, a nervous cop and a scared black dude equals a terrible situation. Most of the people from those two groups, though, have really reasonable opinions and solutions. And so, but basically, what I think needs to happen is the two camps, the police and African American communities, need to fucking talk to each other and figure out a solution together that is gonna fix this problem. Obviously, you're never going to get to 0 deaths because ideally you want to have some deaths, right? Because and hopefully all of them would be legitimate. That's the ultimate goal, right? Ideally, you will have 0 crime, but that'll never happen. So what you want is to have, if anybody gets shot and is killed, you want that to be for a legitimate reason, right? But I think that unfortunately, the loudest voices from the Black Lives Matter camp, and they are the loudest because they say the most fuck things, and that gets headlines. Black Lives Matter leader said this about police. This means that everyone who cares about black lives hates police and thinks white people are evil. Do you know what I mean? And then the loudest voices from the All Lives Matter people are like, fuck off, you blackies, you should just stop being violent. And then it's not a conversation. So I think the only way that you're gonna fucking fix this issue is actually getting them to talk to each other. And the media doesn't help that at all, because their only issue, I mean, they probably prefer that this shit keeps going on and that the groups are more segregated, because that just sells papers and gets people to click on articles because everyone's like, oh shit, what did the police say about this? Basically I think that the situation is fucked and it needs to be solved, but it needs to be solved by people talking to each other, and unfortunately the loudest voices are the most divisive ones. So I don't really have a solution for them. I don't know. I don't have a fucking solution. I've never been to America, right? I've met I only know one African American dude, and he lives in Australia. We're not gonna fucking fix it. So to everybody losing their shit in the comment section on my website, just relax, okay? It's a fucking podcast, right? I'm not gonna fix it. You're not gonna fix it by writing that shit. So I think that's what everybody thinks. They just need to fucking talk to each other. Anyway, let's get on to something that isn't about people dying and complex fucking socio-political issues. Do you want to go out, you dog? Fucking, come on. Get out. Sorry. You want out? Come on. Fucking aliens. Sorry, dogs hate it when I do the podcast because they don't like projected speaking. Alright, so, what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, Bernie Sanders. I just went on from one massive American issue to another one. Bernie Sanders endorsing Hillary Clinton. How fucking hilarious is that? The dude's just completely sold out to the system. That's just great, isn't it? He was going so well too. He was like the anti-Trump. He was like the opposite of Trump. He was from outside the system, and he was trying to change shit, but he was on the other side of the spectrum. And then he was like, fuck it, everybody vote for Hillary. And then all his people are just fucking angry. That sucks, really. See, Trump's a fucking idiot, but Hillary is just evil. I think that Hillary is she's not a human. She's a lizard. She's a reptilian. She's owned by the banks and all of that shit. The only people who are going to win when she gets in is just the system, because her whole life is, you look at all the shit that she's done, it's just fucked. I think that her getting, if she gets in, nothing's going to change. I think from all of this shit that's going on, nothing will change. She'll just be like, yeah, this is a big victory for women. And then everyone's going to go, go fuck yourself, Darth Sidious. Emperor Palpatine looking bitch. But then if Trump gets in, that orange cunt, he's just going to yell and be like, let's build a wall. Oh, what? What do you mean we can't afford it and Mexico won't pay for it? Oh, shit, that was like the one thing I was loudest about, which really is an achievement. If he's going to be loudest about one thing, it's that fucking wall. I don't know. I just feel sorry for you guys over there in America. You got to pick between those two. Fuck. I don't know what you guys are going to do. Me personally, I'd probably vote for Trump, right? Main reason is because I think the biggest problem that you guys have over there in America is your system as a whole. Nothing gets changed because everybody just wants money. There's too much fucking money in it. So you need some super rich dude who just is too loud, a little bit stupid, a little bit simple, and will say the wrong things and inadvertently fuck that system up and call some people out, because he'll probably, right, if he wins, right, he's going to get there and he's going to be like, all right, let's do this thing that I think is a good idea. And then everyone's going to be like, well, if that happens, I'm going to lose money, so I'm going to do my best to stop you from doing that. And he's going to be like, oh, fuck. Well, then I'm going to point out that you're a cunt, mate. So I think that'd be good. Whereas if Hillary went in, she'd just be like, right, now, I like everything the way that it is, so let's just fucking keep it that way. And you know what? If Trump won, right, I think it'd inspire a lot of people to get into politics, to be like, how the fuck did this happen? How the fuck did this orange potato looking fucking wig, get in this office. Go back to your reality show, mate. I'm going to fix this. And then maybe they'll change the system as a whole. I don't know. I think that, it just blows my mind, all that shit with Hillary. I was reading up a bit on how she has done speeches for banks and they pay her hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that goes directly into her personal account. Not even to her political party or her charity or her career. Into her fucking pocket, personally. That's fucking insane. That's bribery. And they just mask it as, oh, she gave us a speech. What did she say? What the fuck was she saying to a bank that they gave a fuck about? Hi, I'm Hillary Clinton. Let me just tell you a couple of things about the banking industry that I think is a good idea. Fuck off. No, I bet nobody listened. I bet she got up there and then she said hello, and then she fucking sat down on a chair and they gave her $300 million. And she was like, thanks boys, I'll look after you when I'm up there with the big dogs. I remember, I think it was a couple of years ago in Australia, a politician got a $300 bottle of wine, from a business, and it was headlines for a week. And he had to resign, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he had to give up the bottle and resign. That's how much of a big deal that was here in Australia, where we were like, holy fuck, you can't get a bottle of wine from a business as a gift? That's bribery. Whereas over in America, all these politicians can go to fucking banking institutions, give a 10-minute speech, and then they're fucking personal millionaires. That's insane. That's the problem with America. That's why all this shit's happening. Because everyone's like, oh, hey, maybe if we got rid of assault rifles, people, maybe assault rifles isn't a good idea. Maybe we should just cut it down to just handguns. And everyone's like, nah, we're going to lose money, so we're not going to let it happen. Or people are like, hey, why don't we, try and fix relations between African Americans and the rest of the populations. And then the jails are like, no, we're making money out of that shit. Keep them in the dirt. We're making a lot of money, and then nothing gets done. That's the whole fucking issue. That's bigger than the Black Lives Matter shit, is the money that's involved with America's politics. Listen to me rambling on about fucking conspiracies. That's what it is. It's just money getting in the way of actual positive social change. Anybody has a really good idea, they'll be like, okay, so here's my plan, and if we do these things, I reckon this will be fixed. And then everybody has a look at the plan and goes, well, that's going to lose my friends in this business money, so we're going to take that bit out and put my shit idea in. And then after it goes through 50 different politicians who are looking after different businesses and interests and associates, and then they give the plan back to him and they're like, right, this is what we can do. And then his massive, 100-page manifesto on how to fix America is just changed down into one fucking word, one sentence, which is just, get fucked. And then nothing gets changed. I don't know. It's because those damn lizard people. That's what it is. Fucking lizards. What else has been going on? I've been hitting the gym. I've been going well, guys. You would be proud of me, right? I'm putting on weight. I put on another kilo this week, so now I'm weighing 72. Fuck that. I'm 6'8" and I weigh 72 kilos. I went to the gym today, right? And I was squatting. What am I squatting now? I'm squatting like 70. So I'm doing my own body weight, which is pretty fucking good, right? I'm squatting, but then these high school kids come in uniform. I know they're high school because they're in uniform. It was like lunchtime, so maybe they were there for PE class or whatever. And then this one fucking kid, he looks 17 years old, starts benching what I'm squatting. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I feel like shit. This is bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're like really pumped up about something, like, fuck yeah, I achieved this at the gym, and then some cunt walks in who's been doing it for a year and just trumps you, just fucking destroys whatever little achievement that you made for yourself, and you can't help but compare yourself to the fucking acne-ridden dude in shorts in his school uniform, and you're like, what the fuck is this? Here's the story about the gym, guys. I want to tell you this because I'm really proud of myself. I need to get this email up. Where is it? Anytime Fitness, right? I used to be a member of Anytime Fitness. I should have got this up before I fucking... where is it? Emails. Why do I have 10 different email accounts? This is bullshit. Alright, so Anytime Fitness. I can't speak and type, Anyone else do that? I just, as soon as I start typing something and trying to speak, I just go disabled. All right, here we go. So I used to be a member of Anytime Fitness when I worked in the city. This was almost 2 years ago, right? So I was a member with them, and I got to the end of my membership because here's the thing: I stopped working at this job because I got fired because I'm a terrible employee, but I interview well, so I get lots of jobs and get fired in 3 months, right? So I got fired from this job, so I'm like, well, shit, I don't need this Anytime Fitness place anymore, so I'm going to cancel my membership. And I signed up for a year contract, right? So I was at the end of my year, and apparently in their fucking contract, it just automatically rolls on. So after a couple of days, it just rolls on and you're locked into another fucking year contract. Once you get to the end of the year, it's like the next day, if you don't cancel it, it rolls over. So I got to the end of the year, right? And I'm like, I know that it's going to roll over. So I went into Anytime Fitness and I said, hello, I would like to cancel my membership so you can stop fucking ripping me off for this gym that I'm not going to go to. Incredibly expensive, by the way. Don't fucking join Anytime Fitness. Total rip-off. And especially the one in the city, always busy. I could never get a squat rack. There's always fucking dudes in business suits on their fucking lunch break doing, curls on a squat rack. I hate that shit. Okay, so I'm like, I want to cancel my membership. And they're like, okay, cool. You need to give us a week's notice before we can do it. I'm like, well, I can't give you a week's notice because my contract rolls over in 2 days. And then they're like, well, I guess you're stuck with us for another year. And I lost my shit. I got so fucking mad that thought that they could do that to me, okay? So I ended up, I didn't get angry at them, right? It's not the fucking dude working there who made those bullshit rules. I didn't get angry at him. I'm not one of those douches, right? But I'm like, I tried my best to get him to cancel it, and he just couldn't do it, right? He didn't have the power to cancel my membership, so I would just be locked in there to paying a fucking over $1,000 over the year for some gym that I'm not going to use. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this place. Fuck Anytime Fitness. I'm not paying for this shit. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Roll my contract over, see what happens. And then I just call my bank, and I call my bank and I say, if this account tries to take money from me, do not let them. Block this account. They're harassing me. So my bank blocks them. And then for fucking 6 months, this one poor cunt from Anytime Fitness had to call me every day. I'm not even kidding. Every fucking day. Because obviously my account was just overdue, and I would see him call and I would just look at it. I'm like, I'm not answering this. Not my fucking problem. Not my problem. Every day. Not my problem for about 6 months. I could have blocked his phone number, but I enjoyed letting him know that I saw him call, and then I chose not to answer it. I enjoyed him knowing I was making the decision not to talk to the cunt. That was the best, okay? Fuck Anytime Fitness. Anyway, so eventually, after about 6 months, they just gave up, right? They stopped calling me. And then what happened? Just last month, I got an email from Anytime Fitness. Here's the email. Hi, Lewis. OzFit has advised us this afternoon that there has been a dispute with your billing with Anytime Fitness. Yeah, that's been going on for fucking a dispute. 6 months, right? I haven't been to this gym once, mind you. I haven't been at all. Have never used their facilities. They're not losing anything if I don't go, right? I don't use that gym. I've joined another one, right? I would love to get in contact to discuss this issue so I can rectify it for you immediately. Could you please let me know of your best contact number? Because I had changed my number for an unrelated thing. Or alternatively, our number is this. If you would like to get in contact, kind regards, some bitch from Anytime Fitness, right? So now here is where I'm a master, right? I've worked in customer service for about 3 years. That was the only job I've ever had. I was a personal trainer, and then I just did customer service over the phones. So I know how to win, because ultimately with these massive businesses, the person that you're talking to doesn't give a fuck about Anytime Fitness. They don't give a fuck about Telstra or Optus or whoever you're speaking to. So as long as you're polite but clear, as long as you're really clear with what you want and super polite with how you demand it, they're going to do their best to get it done, because at the end of the day, they fucking hate Optus too, right? They hate Telstra too. They hate Anytime Fitness. They know where they're working is a fucking scam. So just be polite and they'll get it done, right? So this is what I said back. I said, I cancelled my membership in store, in person. This is all lies, by the way, just so you know. I'm aware that this is all fucking lies. I cancelled my membership in store, in person, just before the contract rolled over for a second time. But I keep getting billed. I am sick of the calls and the emails. I am not under contract, and if you think I am, it is an error on your part. Massive lie. Sorry for sounding short. You got to apologize. But I have been through several conversations over the phone with several different people who all tell me different things, and I see no other way to convey my side. Massive lie again, right? But it sounds believable. She fucking took it. Then I said, I am not under contract. I will not pay any more fees or charges. I will not answer any more calls or emails. And here's the kicker. I will fight this in court if you think it's worth the trouble. And then I deliver the finishing blow. Please do not contact me any further. I don't even live in Victoria anymore. Bam! I hit them with the, I'll fight this in court. I hit them with the, I'm not going to speak to you anymore. And then I hit them with the, if you want to sue me, you're going to have to sue me in a court that isn't even in your state. So it's not worth the trouble. I hit them with all of those three things, right? And she fucking took it. All she said was, hey, Lewis, thank you for your prompt reply. I'm sorry to hear you've had a bad experience with your account. I can confirm your account has now been terminated. No more debits will be collected from your account. And you know what? I had a look at my account. I owed them almost $700 according to them. And I fucking beat that shit. Easy. That's how you get out of any kind of contract with any of these businesses, massive businesses, is just be nice, but be fucking firm. Never lose it, because they will never help you. If you get angry at the person who's emailing you or on the phone with you, they're not going to help you. In fact, they will take joy in making sure that you have to pay the company. That's the only time they will ever fight for the company, is when the person they're speaking to is a douche. Trust me, I love doing that. When someone swore at me over the phone, I was like, I'm making it my mission that you're going to pay whatever you owe and I'm not going to help you at all. Fuck you. But if you're nice and you're firm, people are like, well, yeah, I understand. This is the key thing. Say, I'm sorry, but that's not acceptable. Never be mean, and you will get whatever the fuck you want. Every single time. Oh, you may notice, we're almost up to half an hour already. So last week I said, what's the ideal length for a podcast? Because at the moment I've been aiming for half an hour, okay? But a lot of people said half an hour is a little bit short. It feels short, but I feel that an hour is too long. So most of you guys said that 45 minutes was a good length. I think that's what last week's episode was. It was 45 minutes. So I'm going to go for at least half an hour every time. And then I'm going to aim to end around 45 minutes. So if you guys think that's a good idea, let me know. If you think it's a shit idea, let me know. And I will just go offer you guys' feedback. Because at the moment I'm enjoying making them a little bit longer. 45 minutes seems like a bit of a comfortable length to sit down and talk, and also to listen to. The podcasts that I listen to, they all range between 45 to an hour. So that's what I'm going to aim for going forward with the length. And let me know how that goes, and keep giving me feedback, because you cunts are the only ones that I listen to in regards to podcast shit. So here's an interesting thing that happened to me this week. Apparently, right, what I've noticed recently is I've just been getting a massive influx of Arabic female fans. And I couldn't understand where they were coming from. And there's no Arabic guys. It's just all pretty Muslim girls that seem to like my shit. And I don't understand where the fuck they're coming from, because that is such a strange demographic to attract. And it's definitely, it's not like they've come in with another influx of girls. It's definitely a demographic Muslim girls. Because on Twitter, all these pretty girls in fucking hijabs. I'm sorry, ladies. I bet that's wrong. I bet it's not a hijab. What? Or a burqa? I bet they're all fucking laughing now. What's the difference between a hijab and a burqa? Look at me, ignorant cunt. As long, I suppose I'm allowed to be. I'm allowed to ask the question as long as I'm not saying you can't fucking wear it. All right. So hijab, burqa. Let me have a look. Here's what I think it is. I think the hijab is the one where you can see the face, and the burqa is the one where you can't see, but you can just see their eyes. Oh, what the fuck? I was almost right. Okay, so the hijab, that's the one where you can see their face, all right? The niqab is the one where you can see their eyes, but the burqa is the one where they look like a ghost. Where you can't see shit. Okay. Hijab. So I've been getting a whole bunch of girls, Muslim girls on Twitter, just saying they like my shit, and I couldn't figure out where the fuck these girls were coming from, because there were no Arabic dudes, because I thought that they must have all come from Khaled when I did a video with him, because he has a really strong Arabic fan base. But I had him look at the people that were tweeting him, and he didn't recognize any of the names. So I'm trying to figure out where all these girls have been coming from. And then one of you tweet me on Facebook. Let me find the tweet. I'll just hit pause and I'll find the tweet. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. And I just listened to the last 5 seconds of what I said to make sure that it didn't, that what I was going to say now made sense. And did you notice how I said they tweeted me on Facebook? Fuck, I'm just retarded sometimes. I'm fucking stupid. Alright, so I found the tweet she sent me on Facebook. The shit she sent me on Twitter. So she said, this girl tweets me out of nowhere, right? And she's like, hey, did you know that some princess in Kuwait is a fan of yours? And then she sends me audio taken from a press conference of this girl speaking Arabic. Now, I don't know what she's saying. She definitely says my name. The girl who tweeted me said that apparently the girl said she was asked, who is your favorite comedian? And then the girl said, my favorite comedian is Lewis Spears. He's from Australia. He's funny, but he has a really strong accent. That's what the girl said that this princess said. Now, keep in mind, this is only audio. There was no video to it, so the girl could be fucking with me, right? She could be pissing herself in her niqab, right? See how I learned something? She could be pissing herself right now about my stupidity that I've fucking fallen for this. But I'm going to put the audio in now of the supposed Kuwaitian princess speaking about me. This is what she said. If anybody knows what this bitch is saying, could you please verify that she's actually saying the same thing? And I'll tell you, if anybody tweets me and they're not visibly brown or wearing a niqab, I'm going to know you're fucking bullshitting me, okay? Because I've never met anybody who speaks Arabic that is not Arabic themselves. Because I tried to get Khaled to teach me a little bit of Arabic, and it's fucking backwards. Everything you guys say is backwards. It's like German. So in English we'll say, the man is running through the red hallway. Whereas you guys say, the man red hallway running. So you really don't know what's going on until you get to the end of the fucking sentence. So it's just all backwards to me. And I'm sure to you guys, we're actually backwards. But whatever the fuck, okay? I'm just... Dude, I get sidetracked. Okay, so this is some princess from Kuwait. Or it could be some bitch who's a lot smarter than me trying to fuck with my head.
Lewis Spears فقط هيش أغاني أستراليا فتوخ شيخة الفاني.
So yeah, I don't know what the fuck she's saying. She definitely says my name, and it definitely sounds like a press conference. So if there are any Arabic speaking ladies or guys listening to this podcast, can you let me know what the fuck she says? I'll play it one more time. It is a little bit quiet. I'll play it one more time and let me know what she says.
Lewis Spears فقط هيش أغاني أستراليا فتوخ شيخة الفاني.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, because it's just so ridiculous to me that a princess from Kuwait likes my shit. And you know what I did? I'm like, okay, I'll look up the princess from Kuwait, and see what's going on. And of course, because it's an Arab family, there's fucking 35 different princesses and fucking 60 million different kings. And I just gave up. I'm like, I can't even fucking do this shit. I don't understand. But yeah, if you're a princess and I did figure out that if it is real, she'd be from some family that owns a whole bunch of oil. So, you know, if you're listening to this, princess, whatever the fuck, I would love some of that oil money. Hook me up. I'll come over and I'll do a show for you, and then I'll probably get beheaded for insulting the king or something. Ah, that's insensitive. Now she's not a fan anymore. Ah, fuck. But yeah, let me know what she said. And I don't know. It's probably nothing of consequence. Chances are it's just two Arab girls pissing themselves, like tricking me into thinking that an actual princess is into my shit. That's just so far-fetched. It's so far-fetched that there's a fucking princess anyway in 2016. A fucking princess? Really? Do we need those? Ah, whatever. Who cares? So, Lou Review is coming out on Tuesday. It was going to come out on Thursday, but I had a little bit of shit go down, and I just couldn't film. I got everything ready too. Like, I've got soundproofing on the wall. The room sounds so much better. I don't know if you can tell because I use a different mic for the podcast, but there's so much less echo in the room now. I just had a bit of drama go down because I went to go buy that wireless mic. The online shop said that it was in stock, but it was actually fucking in stock in Sydney, not in Melbourne. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it without the wireless mic, and I had to start the next day because I was planning on doing it when I went to get the mic, but that took it fucking for ages, and then they didn't have the mic, so I was going to do it film it on Thursday, and then some shit went down. Everything's cool. It was just a bit of an emergency. Nothing happened. But now it will be super ready for Tuesday, and I'm very happy with this review. It's one of my favorites, and it's a big one. I'm not just coming back with another, "Oi, check out this fucking lame video, guys." It's a big one, and it concerns me. And if you saw my show, you know who it's about, and you know the footage that I filmed at my shows is going to be used. So keep an eye out for that. It's a fucking sick one. Now, let's do the emails, and we can all get the fuck out of here, hey? All right, so every week I answer some questions, life advice stuff, from listeners who write in. If you would like to send me a question, I'm running a bit low, so send a question to contact@louspears.com. That is... Sorry, you weren't listening. I fucking said it, mate. You didn't fucking... I said contact, right? CONTACT at LEWSPEARS.com. Fucking write it down. You never listen. Contact@louspears.com if you would like to send me an email. And just let me know if you want to be anonymous. I'll keep you anonymous. Or if you don't give a fuck, just tell me your name. Write podcast somewhere in there because that's how I search them. I search podcast on my email. I need to get a fucking podcast specific email. That's what I need to do. So yeah, if you want me to answer a question, send it to contact@louspears.com. I'll read it out and give you some shithouse advice. So I got two today. I got two good ones. Right, so the first one, here, you can't spell, all right? That's my only complaint with you fucking... All right, I'm a bit of a neat who... What the fuck is a neat? I've heard that before. Neat. Let me Google it. I'm a bit of a neat. Neat definition. Neat. A young person who is no longer in the education system, who is not working or being trained for work. Alright, so fucking loser. Alright. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. Alright, I'm a bit of a neat who recently has started tagging along to parties with my old-time mate. I'm a 17-year-old male, and I feel like a fucking idiot around all of these cunts that I don't know as I stumble around trying to fit in. As for my appearance, think of a really skinny, lanky kid. Why don't you just tell me? Why don't you just say I am? Why do I have to imagine some cunt? Okay, just say I am. Don't tell me to think, right? Just tell me. I don't want to fucking think. All right. As for my appearance, think of everyone listening. Use your imagination to create a really skinny, lanky kid with shitty brown hair. so I stick out even worse among everyone. You probably don't, mate. You're 17. I imagine that everybody else is like 17 to 19 years old. Here's a hint, mate. Everyone's fucking awkward at that age. The girls might look hot, but inside they're broken. And they're just as awkward as you are, okay? They might look a bit scary, but, they're just the same as you. Same with the guys, right? There might be some fucking douche in a polo shirt who seems to have figured it out, but you'll get there as well, okay? I found drowning a shit ton of beer takes away most of the nerves, but I legit sound borderline autistic when I attempt interaction with other humans. I recently found out that the girl I crush on thinks I'm weird, and I've had some fat fuck physically tell me I look awkward. Beta as fuck. Basically, I'm your stereotypical Lewis Spears fan. Fuck you, mate. So what do you reckon? Should I just say fuck it and stay home at these things, or what? How am I not going to look like a total dropkick all of the time? Anyway, have a shit one. Hope you get hit by a bus. Catch you later, McLovin. All right, McLovin. Dude, you're a funny guy, man. Clearly, you're a funny dude. Look, everything you're feeling is fucking normal as, right? All of the shit that you're talking about, I went through this stuff. I was awkward as fuck when I was your age, man. I was a skinny, lanky dude. I'm still a fucking skinny, lanky dude, but I did figure out how to talk. Here's a couple of things that really helped me, right? First thing, I found out that I wanted to do comedy, and I started pursuing that. And that gave me confidence because I was like, hey, fuck, here's a thing that I really want to do, and I'm kind of okay at it. This is when I was like doing face beef and fucking with people, right? I figured out that, hey, I'm good at a thing. That gave me a lot of confidence. I can do this. And it could be anything. You don't have to be fucking pissing off the news and talking shit, right? You can be anything. If it's guitar or whatever you want to do. It gives you the confidence to know I'm the guy that plays guitar and I'm good at this or whatever, right? Second thing, this probably helped even more, was I started going to the gym, right? I got right into the gym. A really good program to start off with is Starting Strength. Just Google that, Starting Strength. It's a really good program. It's only 3 times a week, and it'll help you put on a lot of weight in a short amount of time, as long as you're eating properly, of course. Now, I did that for 3 months, and then I moved on to a 5-day split, and I got really into it. And once I started putting on a lot of weight and looking better, when I noticed that, because the first person who notices is you, of course, because you're the only person who sees you naked, because clearly you're an awkward virgin, right? You don't get laid, just like me. And you start noticing that you look better, and that goes, yeah, fuck, I'm looking better. That gives you another lot of confidence. I'm good at guitar, or whatever the fuck you're good at, and I'm looking better physically. And it just helps your body language as well, because it pulls all your back muscles and your shoulder muscles, and it just makes them sit properly, and you stand up straighter, basically. Your body language gets better and more confident. And then if you keep hitting the gym, it took me about 4 months until other people started noticing. I'm like, Lewis, you've been going to the gym. And that was a fucking huge thing. I remember I was at this party, right? This shit house party, like every other fucking 17-year-old party, and this girl was like, Lewis, you've been hitting the gym. You look good. You look bigger. And that was the fucking most amazing thing. It was this gorgeous girl that I really liked. And she said that. I never hooked up with her, never have, probably, and I never will, right? But that was a huge thing of, hey, I noticed you're doing this thing. I can see it, right? So basically, man, it's really normal to be an awkward cunt at your stage. Just, I would really recommend diving into your hobby, whatever it is, getting good at it. Chasing what you really want to do is the first thing. And then secondly, start hitting the gym. Just go online. There are so many. Everybody starts out as a skinny fuck or a fat fuck. Just go to the gym, because when you start looking physically better, and it's also you get healthier, your mental health just improves, right? You're more confident. You're happier because your body is happier. Your body and your brain are really linked. So that's what I would recommend. Start hitting the gym and just relax a little bit. You don't have to get pissed, right? I don't drink. I never have. I probably never will, right? I don't think alcohol will help you get better at socializing. Like a little bit will, it's a social lubricant. I understand that side of it. But getting pissed, it sounds like you're getting pissed, is not going to help you. It's not going to teach you anything. You might, it's just going to make you pissed and give you confidence that you don't have when you're sober. And that's what you really want, is confidence when you're sober, so that if you do have a few drinks, then it'll amplify that even more, and you'll be even more relaxed around people. So yeah, just start a hobby, chase a dream, go to the gym. You'll notice a difference. That's what I would recommend. Definitely don't stay home and just be depressed, because that's how suicide happens. All right, so here's my second question from a girl. Hey Lewis, hope you're well. Oh, that's nice. I'm a big fan of your stuff. I think you're a genius. Blah 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 blah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm patiently waiting for you to tour America, because you got a lot of fans there. That is something that I would love to do. It's not going to happen for a long time, but I'm going to fucking do that shit. That's a massive goal of mine. All right. Okay, enough dick sucking. I've probably got your attention. Well, I wouldn't mind a bit of dick sucking in real life, you know what I'm saying. All right, just as a heads up, this is not some virgin sob story like the first one about my boyfriend cheating on me or some shit. My name's Sasha, and I'm 28 years old. Fuck, I got some adults. You're not old. You're an adult. I'm not calling you old. I'm just saying that that's really cool for me to attract an older lady. When an older lady likes your stuff, you know you're kind of good. Or alternatively, she's insane. So we'll find out in this email if I'm good or you're nuts. I'm 28 years old. I know I'm fucking ancient. Shut up. No, you're not. 28 is still young. Anybody older than 28 will tell you that you're fucking young. Basically, my life is in shambles, and I've resorted to getting advice from a 22-year-old Australian kid with a blog. Just kidding, love you, mate. Anyway, I'm an only child. My parents are both immigrants, and neither one of them finished university. My dad's dream... Oh, here we go, my dad's dream. Okay, I haven't read the email, right? Immigrant, dad's dream, I'm guessing doctor or lawyer, right? My dad's dream was always for me to become a doctor. Nailed it! So after graduating high school, I spent the last 10 years of my life studying medicine. I worked my ass off for 4 years in university. See, I didn't go to university. I can't even fucking read. I got into a residency program, and now I'm in my second year. The problem is... Oh, wait, I skipped a bit. See, I'm disabled. After 4 years in university, and somehow managed to make it to Harvard Med School. Wow. Children of immigrants work harder than so many else. You wonder why people are complaining about them taking jobs. It's because, you know what, they fucking work harder than you do, okay? If some person fresh off a boat who doesn't speak English can get your job, you're shit at it and you're not working hard enough. Like, fuck. All right, anyway. I've just lost my place. So she's in Harvard. After 4 years, I got into a residency program. Don't know what that means. And now I'm in my second year. The problem is I hate it. I hate medicine, and I have no interest in being a doctor whatsoever. Oh, dad's dream. That's what happens. I actually think I may shoot myself in the face if I have to memorize another diagram of the male genitalia. Not to mention, my boyfriend of 6 years broke up with me a month ago saying, "You're hot, but you're too busy and stressed out all of the time." What a cunt. That sucks. That sucks. I don't know why I didn't quit medicine sooner. I think it was because I didn't want to say a massive fuck you to my parents who never even got a chance to go to college. After seeing your work, I've become unrealistically inspired to do what I love, which is pursuing comedy. Not unrealistic. It's easy to pursue anything that you like. Well, it's hard work, but it feels easy because if you really want to do it, it's not work. It's fun. But all my friends and family say that it's way too late and would be incredibly stupid of me to throw away 10 years of studying down the drain to do something that may or may not work out. I listened to your podcast where you told this other girl that she should pursue her passion of being an artist and take a gap year, but she was only 17. I have 10 years worth of student loans to pay off, plus I'm almost 30. Needless to say, that ship has sailed. What the fuck am I doing? Should I just forget this comedy bullshit, keep studying, marry some asshole doctor, and live a rich but emotionally unfulfilling life? Please help. Lots of help. Love, Sasha. Sasha, this is what I think, okay? It is never, ever too late to chase your dream. One of my favorite comedians, Bill Burr, I'm pretty sure he started at the same time as you. He might even have started later. Let me have a look. When did Bill Burr start comedy? How old was he? Because there are so many comedians, even comedians that I meet, that start around your age. right? I started comedy incredibly early. When I tell people I started at 18, people are amazed. Like that's really, really early. Comedy is not. You don't have to be young or old. You just have to be funny. You just have to work hard and be good. Comedy is one of those really merit-driven things, because if you can't make somebody laugh, it doesn't matter how many people with money are behind you, you're not gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like, comedy is a real merit-based industry. If you're not good, if you can't make people laugh or you're not good, you're fucked. Here we go. Bill Burr, my favorite comedian, started when he was 24. Now that is a little bit younger than you, but it's not much, you know. Like, it's only 4 years younger than you, and that's like most people at that age he'd be really established in whatever he's doing. You know, you'd be fucking 4 years in, you'd probably be having the same thoughts of, fuck, should I quit? I'm 4 years in. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's ever too late to start what you really want to do, because if you don't, you're just gonna end up unhappy. Like, why would you spend 10 years working on your dad's dream? Like 10 more years, and you become the best fucking depressed doctor on the planet, and that just sucks. And clearly it's affecting your life. If your boyfriend of 6 years got rid of you because you're just too stressed, I mean, that sucks, but the reality of it is because you're not happy and you really want to be doing something else. So I suppose it is a bit different because you have student loans to deal with, because you said Harvard, so that's America, so you're fucked with student loans. But it's, you know, comedy is something that you can do at night, and you have something on your side is from the display picture in your email address, you're a pretty girl, and like, there are not that many comedians out there, pretty female comedians out there, like you think, and the ones that are fucking huge. Like, you look at Amy Schumer, you look at Sarah Silverman. There are so many. All of the massive female comedians are quite pretty, and you look like a pretty woman, and your boyfriend seems to think so as well, because you're hot but crazy. So you have an advantage there, and there are always, in my experience, I don't know if it's the same in America, I would assume that it is, open mic nights and comedy nights are always looking for a girl to even out the roster, because the female people in the audience really enjoy that. You know, usually comedy nights, half of them are women, but the people that are on the stage are generally 100% men. So the girls love it. It's really good for the comedy industry to have women on stage, because then more women come and see gigs because they feel like they're represented. So you will have an easier time getting gigs than the people that you're up against. I would say, here's what I think. If you hate medicine, why the fuck are you still doing it? I don't know how long you have left. If you have maybe like a year left, then maybe finish it so you have like a super solid backup. Or even if you can do this, why don't you take a fucking gap year? If you can put it on hold and come back later, why don't you just do that? You know, put it on a gap year, go and get a shit job, and just put an entire year's work into doing comedy and see what happens. And you might find out that you don't like comedy and you do like medicine. Maybe you're just a little bit sick of medicine for the time being, but it sounds like you hate it and you've always hated it. So maybe you'll find out that you don't want to do comedy, you want to do something else, or maybe you'll find out that maybe you'll realize that you've been a fucking idiot for not chasing this dream that you want to chase. I would recommend, if it's possible, take a gap year and just put everything you have into stand-up comedy. Go to open mic spots, write a nice little 5 minutes. You know, you can give it a shot, because as a pretty girl, you've got an advantage over everybody else. You know, don't let this straight white male shit fucking bring you down. You are an immigrant, pretty woman who's 28 years old. That demographic is not represented very well in comedy. You could fill that gap. Or you could suck at it, but at least you would know that you fucking gave it a shot. So I would recommend never, ever, ever chase your parents' dream. You know, I understand that the whole immigrant thing. I want to come to America and fucking my children will be doctors and they'll have lots of money and they'll be safe and that will mean my job is done. But no one's happiness is more important than yours, because you're going to become a doctor. And then you can be like, oh, okay, cool, I got shitloads of money, but I hate my life. And it's never too late to start something. So yeah, that's my advice from a 22-year-old who knows fucking nothing. But yeah, take that risk because you will regret it forever if you don't. And that's the end of the podcast. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Oh, we almost hit an hour on this one. I was aiming for 45 and we went way over. But yeah, thanks very much for listening, guys. If you want to send an email in with a question, contact@louispears.com. And please do support me on Patreon. That's how I keep everything free. At the moment, there's like, how many people are supporting me on Patreon right now? There are quite a few, but I feel like there could be way more. Let me have a look. Who's supporting me on Patreon? These guys are fucking sick cunts, by the way. We got a Facebook group and a group chat, and everybody in there is a fucking total mad cunt. 87 people are supporting me on Patreon. I feel like there could be a whole lot more people. So Patreon, if you don't know, is it's like Kickstarter, but it's monthly and it's much smaller amounts. So, you know, $3 a month, $6 a month, which is fucking nothing, and it allows me to keep 100% of my time focused on making shit for you guys. You'll notice that recently, since the tour is over, I've been way more productive. Like this week, I put out 2 videos, a podcast, an article, posting every day on all my shit with just funny stuff that I thought of. And that's purely because of the people on Patreon. So thank you very much for everyone supporting me on there. Please do consider becoming a patron of the show and everything that I'm doing and the podcast, because it helps me make it better. So you'll notice when I come back with Lou Review, the background behind me is different. I've got soundproofing set up. We'll have a new microphone very soon, and that's all funded through Patreon. You know, the microphone that I bought is $400. I can't afford that, but I can because of Patreon. That's the only reason I could do that. The soundproofing cost me a fuckload of money, and then what I did with the background, you'll see what I've done with it. Like, you know, it all cost me money, and it's all coming from Patreon. I don't like just take it and then go and buy like lunch every day. You know, I reinvest it because, you know, that's what you guys want me to do with it, so that's what I do with it. So yeah, please do consider being a patron. I'll read out some of the rewards you get. If you pledge $3 or more a month, you get access to all of my videos early. Generally, you get them about 3 hours early. You get the Patreon pre-sale for live shows, so you're guaranteed tickets if you jump on it there, because I don't have enough patrons to sell at any shows. So if you pledge $6 or more a month, you get added into the private Facebook group, and we've got a group chat. I post all of my stuff in there early. I post updates about what I'm working on, and we talk about upcoming lure reviews. And basically it's kind of like we all research shit collaboratively, and I'm in the group chat every single day talking to people in there. You guys are a bunch of sick cunts. Shout out to you guys listening to it. If you pledge $10 or more a month, you get 20% off tickets to all of my shows, free signed poster, just a whole bunch of shit. Go and look at it. There's a whole bunch of rewards depending on how high you go, and you know, some people are donating $1 a month. Every little bit helps. And yeah, so support me on Patreon, review me on iTunes, and send me a question on my email. Have a shit one, guys. See you next week.